There is much more to life than your comfort. There's much more to life than the things that you're familiar with. There's much more to life than the basic things that you want. But in order for you to see those things, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. I don't know if you realize, but most of the decisions that we make are motivated by some sense of comfort. You don't go and attempt to build your dreams because it's much more comfortable to sit on the sidelines and hope and wish or pull everybody down that's trying. You don't ask for a promotion because it's so uncomfortable to approach your boss and show your worth, show that you value yourself. You don't approach the person you like because it's so much more comfortable to sit there and regret. Does it feel good? No, but it's comfortable. It's comfortable. That's what keeps us alive, right? That's what helps us survive. But we have to get out of this mindset of trying to survive. We have to live. Living is risky. Living is scary, but living is beautiful. So many people don't see that other side of life because they're not willing to die. They're not willing to be hurt. They're not willing to step outside of that shell. I was talking to my aunt earlier today. She said, "Where are you traveling to next?" I said, "I'm traveling to Arizona." She said, "What's in Arizona?" I stay in a small town. I'm gonna call it F Town. I said, "What's in F Town?" She said, "Nothing." I said, "So what's the problem with Arizona?" Now, she wasn't being rude. She was joking, but there is truth to all jokes, and you can see a person's mindset by the way they joke. And she was serious, but she wasn't like, she wasn't being rude. But there's just much more for me to see. There's much more for me to experience, and I understand. You might have seen some plane crashes, or you may have not been to a certain place, or you don't do certain things, so things make you uncomfortable. But that's you, right? That's you. But don't complain about not living. Don't complain about not having certain opportunities in your life. When people throw opportunities at you, you run from them. You hide. You run from yourself. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you're willing to suffer for. If you're willing to put in the time, the effort, and the energy, then the results will follow. You want crazy experiences? You want to be an interesting person? You want an interesting life? You got to put yourself out there. You got to do what it takes for you to get there. If you don't know, I just got back from a trip to France. I went to France. I'm from a small town where people don't usually make it out. And they damn sure don't go to France, right? And I made a list earlier this year for 2025. And at the top of the list, it says, I use my passport to get out of the country, traveling out of the country. Mark that off my bucket list. It's my first time ever flying outside of the country. I flew by myself. I went by myself. I had some people in my corner in France, spent some time with some lovely people, had lovely experiences. But I did that for me. Scared the hell out of me. I kept it cool though. You know what I'm saying? Because life is just, it has so much in store for me because I'm manifesting it every day. Manifesting it doesn't look like, I'm going to leave the country. 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 No, I got to leave the country and you see me working. You see me here. You see me doing everything that I got to do to get what I need to leave the country, to get what I need to have these experiences, to get what I need to get what I want. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting myself in uncomfortable situations, but it has shown me the true beauty of the world. Even in my own area, I used to think that my whole state, Louisiana, was just so boring. It had no life to it, but it was because I didn't get out of my town. And I know sometimes we bound to circumstances. We may be too young to drive. We may not know about this. We may have parents but it's things that you can do. It's things that you can do that you ignore. What is your role in your suffering? I thought this entire state was so bland, but it was because my mind was closed. And then I started to go out here and there's live music over there and the swamps are beautiful and there's hiking trails over here and there's all these little things, simple things in life that have brought so much color to my life. But it's because I stepped out and tried something new. I'm in France meeting people that I intended to meet in the States. Going to jazz clubs and watching live music, bringing life to me. traveling to places that I dreamed about, things that I wish everybody could see, beautiful, dream-like places, having wonderful experiences, bonding with people deeper than I've ever bonded before, healing things inside of me that I didn't even realize was broken because I took the action. I took the action. I took the initiative to put myself out there, step out of something that was, familiar to me, jumping into something that was unfamiliar. I learned so much about myself. I've never felt so lost in my life than when I just went to France. But I also never felt so found because I realized that I didn't have to be familiar with what they did, the way they lived, the way they speak. I can bring a little taste of home with me, right? I brought some seasoning, right? The French people do not season food like Louisiana folks. So I brought my own seasoning, brought a little piece of me with me everywhere I go. You don't have to leave yourself behind even when you're lost. You can still have some slice of home, right? But I know where I'm at. Then they speak in French. I just knew the manners. Hello, goodbye, thank you very much. Simple things. I don't know French. People talking to me and I'm communicating with smiles and pointing and they get it. Because I'm putting myself out there, I'm controlling what I can control. And then when I find people that speak English, I feel like I found a long lost brother, but it felt so good because I was lost. So many people are afraid to be uncomfortable, but when you're uncomfortable and then you finally receive comfort, it's a different level of comfort. It's a different level of comfort. If treasure was not hidden, it wouldn't be treasure. It may still be valuable to some degree, but what about the thrill? What about crossing the seas and going into the cave? X marks the spot and you dig, and you find treasure. That can be you. You don't have to be bound to your circumstances. You don't have to be bound to your simple desires. And understand that whatever you manifest in here, whatever you think daily, that becomes you. When you crave comfort, all you are is a comfort craving machine. Everything you see in life, you looking for a way to be comfortable. When you're sitting there thinking about negativity all the time, your body, your brain, your soul, your existence is craving more and more negativity. Now you want to watch all these shows and you want this drama and you want people in your life that bring more drama because you are craving that. But when you crave these uncomfortable situations, when you crave growth, life gives you these opportunities to grow. Life gives you these opportunities to be found. It's okay to be lost. That gives you the opportunity to be found and to be found, to be heard, to be seen, to be discovered. To discover yourself, to discover the world is one of the most beautiful things you can ever experience. There's more to life than what you know. There's more to life than what makes you comfortable. A lot of people feel like they're not alive because they don't have a relationship with a person. They don't have a partner. I get it. Trust. I get it. It feels so good to be with a person. It feels so good to at least believe that somebody likes you for you. It feels so good to think that you just have another half, right? For better or for worse. It's a wonderful feeling to have a person. Better yet, it's a wonderful feeling for a person to have you. But there's more to life than that. You can find these same feelings in friends. You can find these same feelings and energies within yourself. And when you have that for yourself, you'll start to attract people that are on that same frequency. I met a person in France, a beautiful, beautiful lady, in the mind, body, and the soul. And she truthfully healed something in me that I did not realize was broken. I was constantly in a fight or flight response in my body, my mind, and my soul. And I didn't even realize it, right? I didn't realize that part of me was broken. It didn't affect my life directly, but there's certain situations that I deal with and I could feel something in my existence being disturbed. I could feel my existence trying to pull me out of these situations. I could feel me repelling. I could feel something, right? Ran away from a lot of situations after being burnt from a relationship and just all types of things, right? But I didn't realize I was constantly in that state of being. But I took the time to be vulnerable. I took the time to put myself in these uncomfortable situations. I took the time to be receptive to the life that was around me. And just being so raw, being so genuine, being so pure in that way, I met a person that healed me. And I'm very appreciative. It was a wonderful experience. Healed me on so many levels. And it could be the simplest things that will do that for you. The simplest things. It could be a simple conversation. It could be a back rub. It could be eye contact. It could be so many things. But that energy is undeniable. The same way somebody can ruin it for you, the same way you can get stuck in these closed-minded perspectives of life by one conversation, by one person, by one thing, the same thing can happen in reverse. You can be healed. You can be enlightened. Your mind can be expanded. You can gain these opportunities because there's just so much more to life. So, regardless of how you feel right now, regardless of what you're going through, now if you're grieving or something, take your time, heal, do what you got to do. But I challenge you, I damn near beg you, because I would love for everybody to experience this energy. But you got to put yourself out there. If it's something that you're avoiding, if it's something that scares you, by all means, run to it. That doesn't mean you have to run without a plan. That doesn't mean you have to run with your eyes closed. It don't mean none of that. Sometimes, it's best to go in there with no parachute, but I like to have plans for things, right? I like to put all my eggs in one basket. But I truly hope that you step outside of your comfort zone. I hope you step outside of your familiar. I hope you step outside of shallow thoughts and shallow desires and realize that life is so broad. Life is so colorful. Life is truly what you make it. Of course, you're going to go through things. You're going to deal with people. You're going to get hurt. Things happen. It's life. But there is so much life to live. There's so much world out there that you've never seen, that I've never seen. It just motivates me. But you got to put yourself out there. This video that y'all watching right now, this conversation that I'm having with you, I did not want to do this. I enjoy it, right? I couldn't do this if I didn't enjoy it, but I feel like crap. For one, France is 7 hours ahead of me. So imagine me going there, switching over, adjusting to the time, and then I imagine me coming back. On the way back, I get on the plane, I'm flying, I'm 2 hours away from home. The plane starts going in circles, 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 circles. Plane gets rerouted from going to Atlanta all the way to Orlando, Florida. I'm trying to make it back to Louisiana. They get us off the plane and pretty much say, hey, buddies, y'all do what y'all got to do, because we ain't doing nothing. So I sat in the airport all night, hungry as hell, cold as hell. I buy another ticket, had to fly to Texas, then fly home. Then I get home, my throat start hurting. Wisdom tooth start aching. You can probably hear it in my voice. Throat is killing me. And I'm tired. And I did not feel like turning on this camera. I sat there, I literally took the batteries out my camera and put my camera under a box because I didn't even want to look at it. Love it, but I just didn't want to do anything. And my main mission was to hurry up and get my bag unpacked. I did that, got my clothes washed, everything hung up. That stuff all over my bed, just moving stuff around. But I was still avoiding the camera. I was still avoiding the things that I needed to do. I was still avoiding putting myself in those uncomfortable situations. I was still avoiding that growth, that initiative. So, about 18 minutes ago, I took my camera from under the box. I put it up on a tripod. I turned every light on in my room and turned the camera on. And stared at myself and said, hey, cuz, ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there on that field, you know. Not gonna feel like it all the time. It's gonna be scary sometimes. You're gonna feel lethargic and sluggish and yada 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 yada. But you're gonna be all right. So I hope this message resonated with somebody. I hope you watched it all the way through and it just helped you in any kind of way. Also, if you're new, understand that these videos, these conversations, truly, I make them for me. I'm talking to myself, reminding myself of things that I already know. And in turn, I get to help people and also remind people of things that they already know, things that we forgot, things that we get away from. Because I don't feel like I'm teaching anybody anything. What I talk about is not special or ordinary. I think my perspectives may be a little cool, you know what I'm saying? Storytelling may be a little cool, but it's just basic stuff. But we've gotten away from that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm about to eat some ice cream. It's about the only thing that's been satisfying me because it's cold and soft. And yeah, I'm pretty beat right now. But right now it is Sunday, April the 13th. So y'all will be seeing this video on Monday morning. If you see it later, then it is what it is. But you'll see the upload. It'll be Monday morning. Just hold myself accountable. But yeah, man. About to eat my ice cream, play my guitar, and lay down, I guess. But shout out to y'all, man. I love you. I appreciate y'all for all the support, all the love. And I appreciate y'all for changing my life and just being here on this journey. So shout out to y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. Holla at your boy. Shimon Davis is out of here.